Hiya, it's Wendy here again from Toonpish Crafts, and I hope you're doing okay. Today I'm doing the first part of a project that I'm making for myself, which is a rarity these days. I'm making a sign for my room. I'm going to make it in a circle form, but I'm going to put things in it that I make. And the first two pieces that I'm going to make are this butterfly skull and this dragon. So I'm going to do this in one video. I'm going to show you. I hope it doesn't get too boring for you. I'll try and skip through as much as I can so it doesn't get boring, but I want you to see the process so that the end result next week, hopefully, you'll see where those pieces come from. So I'm going to make these two pieces. I'm going to colour them with mica powder and then pour them. I won't bring them back at the end, because I want to put them in next week's product and you'll see them when they're done. But I will put some pictures up at the end. I hope you enjoy this. If you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so. It doesn't cost you anything and it does help me out. And please put that thumbs up. That also helps me out a great deal. Any comments you have, suggestions, anything you want to say to me, put them in the comments down below, and I'll always get back to comments. Thank you very much in advance. I hope you enjoy the video. Take care. So both the dragon and the moth mould came from Etsy, and I'm going to be using Resin mica powders for the dragon and hemway. I'll list everything down below. The Resin mica powders are a new addition to my collection, and the colours are turquoise and silver blue. Now these are colour shifting pigments, and I'm hoping that they're going to look rather smart with the black behind it. Hemway black, I always decant the Hemway black out of the pouch because I find the pouch a little bit difficult to deal with, but in the tub it's easier, in my opinion. So I'm going to start now by just filling in the spikes, the claws, anything that's prickly on the dragon with the black. Now you may think, oh my god, she's making a white mess, but I do clean up as I go. I blow off the excess, which is why you'll see it disappear off to the side. Blow off the excess powder, and then I go back when I've got all the colour in there I want of that particular colour, then I'll clean out the rest. Now I have sped this up a considerable amount, and I've cut bits out. You can see there I cut out all the cleaning because you don't need to see all that, but you do need to see how far I've got. So I've put a little bit on his beak or mouth, whatever you want to call it, a little bit around the eye as well, and now I'm on to the turquoise. Now I'm not a great lover of green. Those who know me know I don't like green, but turquoise to me is more blue usually, so I give turquoise its room in my life. But when I put on the base colour, I do take quite a lot of it off again to put the next colour on. There's no good putting another colour straight over the top. It won't change very much at all. You might change the undercoat colour a little, but you won't be able to see the colour that you're next putting on, if you see what I mean. You have to take off to put a new colour on. So it takes a little time, and sometimes you can take off where you don't want it to, so always best to have the same colour there. The turquoise, for instance, here. I've got the brush handy in case I take off too much. So basically it's taken off everything from the top and left everything underneath still in the grooves. Don't know if I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. So now I've got the blue silver, another beautiful colour. These Resin colours, they are colour shift colours. They are absolutely gorgeous, and they're really quite inexpensive. I was quite surprised. So yeah, I bought the whole set and I love them to bits. They are so sweet. In the UK it's difficult to find colour shift pigments. If any of those US companies want to come over here and start selling, we would jump on them, I tell you. So now again I'm just cleaning out the areas that I don't want the blue and the turquoise to be in, and these cotton buds make that really easy. A little bit of dampness on there. I tend to just wet the ends with a bit of alcohol, or I have a little glass of water handy, and I've just realised I've missed some places where the black needs to go, so I'm going to now put the black on the spikes there. Again with a clean up, just to make sure that I've got the colour where I want the colour and nowhere else. Okay, now we're on to bronze purple. I have purple in my dragon. You know what I'm like with purple. I can't resist it. I try to keep away from it, but it just keeps coming back. Now I'm not using alcohol to paint this because I want a plush colour, if you see what I mean. Again, I've painted all that purple. Now I'm just going to take off the highlighted areas. When I'm happy, now we get Firelight Red from Resin. Red is a very difficult colour to get right. I've got a really beautiful red from Resin, but it's a paste, and obviously you can't dust the mould with a paste. It's difficult to find a colour that isn't pink and isn't burgundy in red. And this one's quite bright, it's quite nice. I would have preferred it a little darker, but there you go. Now we're on to the moth. And with this I'm using bronze pink to start with. And again it's a lot of put on colour, take off colour, put on, take off. Now we're on to the rose red. This is a gorgeous colour. It says rose red, but it's got like a purpley silver tint to it. It's gorgeous. Again, cleaning up the areas where I don't want the colour. And this is a midnight blue. Now this was bought years ago from eBay. It's a soap dye, and I have a lot of soap dyes in my mica powder collection. This is beautiful though, this colour. So I've put the colours on and now I'm going to take them off again. It can be a little repetitive obviously, but the results are well worth it. Firelight Resin again. So you could do with a mica powder that is a darker red. If you know of any, let me know in the comments. So I'm using black opaque pigment from Resin and glass cast for the casting. Now at this particular moment in time it's very difficult to get hold of resin in the UK. This was filmed in May and there was a shortage of resin in practically every company that sells in the UK at this point. So I'm using up old resin that I've had sitting around for quite some time. Now as you can see I'm bending around the moulds quite a bit. This is to make sure the resin gets in every little nook and cranny. It doesn't matter if it spills over, I can always clean out the outside. It does matter that all the nooks and crannies are covered. So 24 hours later then, now you can see that the red is more brown than red, and I was a bit disappointed with that, to be honest with you. However, it might look a lot more effective when it's shiny and has a top coat. And now for the dragon. So I'm expecting the dragon to be a little brown as well. Still a little soft his tail. And he's more red than brown, but yeah, he's still brown. But I still love it. Those wings, look at those wings. These moulds are from Etsy. I will put the links down below. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Come back and see you next week, see what I'm going to do with them. Bye for now.